Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be riding the red trail in the upper Perkomen Valley. It's very close to Philly. This trail is a very fun trail to ride. If you're in the area, I suggest riding it. See, right here is a Y in the trail. I usually take that way because I find it easier. My handlebars don't seem to fit through the other way as easy, and every time I try to go through I seem to fall over. So this is a very nice flow trail. It's flat, so you gotta use most of your energy pedaling, but it's worth it. I will be dropping a new video very soon, shortly after this one, maybe in the next 2 weeks. Just check in with my channel frequently to see if I've posted. See, right here is my favorite section of this trail. The horses do. This is a horse trail, mountain bike trail, and a hiking trail that's shalered. So it gets torn up, but it's very worth it. And the builders put a lot of time into the trails, and I feel like it really pays off. Little wooden bridge there. That's probably my most favorite part of this trail. And then you have a little bank turn right here coming up. And then you have a few jumps, and they're not a bad size, but then you'd want to turn off here, and then you hop on this trail right here that comes out, and then there's a street crossing coming up, so you'll want to take that, because there's really no way to cross the street except for there without taking the road to the next crossing. We did have a big storm just roll through a few days ago, so this trail is fairly muddy, but it's the winter, so not many people ride it on their bikes, that is. You can kind of see in the distance there, there's a horse riding that trail across the street there. I don't usually see him over this way, but it's really special when you do see him. There's a creek crossing coming up here. Just if you ever do this trail, just try not to fall in because the water is usually very cold. It runs into the reservoir, and it's not too challenging to cross, but sometimes I'll fall in occasionally, but I got lucky this time and I didn't fall in. Usually I take a look and see how high the water is on a day like today. And I did make it across successfully, so that's great. I just cut this part out because you guys didn't want to see me walking across the road. It's not very fun. So I cut to the where I got it back on the trail, and this has to be the most muddy part of the trail. But it's nice. It's nice. That part right there is turning into a swamp. So I just try to go straight through it so it doesn't wreck the trail a lot more than it already has to be. And when I get to this creek up here, this tiny little stream, I could say, um, I took a warm up lap on the asphalt, so my legs were nice and warm to take the trail. So I just cut that part out because you guys didn't want to see that either. And here I am, starting the red trail. Well, picking back up the red trail, I should say. And here's where the horses really destroy this trail. It's a shame because this used to be well maintained. What is just not in the winter time because they've got other stuff to do. So it's not as well maintained as the summer. So this has to be my second favorite section of the trail, just because it has some rock slabs that you can, some tiny rock slabs that you can jump off that are coming up here. That I like right about there, but I didn't hit them today because as you can see, it's very, very muddy through here. And if you're coming the other way, that route right there is a good jump too. So you get a nice steep run up right here, and you can get some air off of it, but I was going the wrong way, so I couldn't hit it. See, I'm gonna take a turn here, and if you do ever take this trail, it's worth it to go here. It's a great picture spot if you're doing pictures, and gives you a whole view of the reservoir, and there's no obstructions, so that's why it's so nice. And you'll see why I'm saying that in a second. It's so very worth it to come to this spot and take some pictures. As you can see right now, you have a whole view of the reservoir. It's a great spot for pictures, like I said earlier. But that's not why we're here. So let's get back to riding some trails. There actually used to be a house there, but they demolished it, so that's why there's this access road that I like to take to get to the trail, where the trail picks back up. You can really see how the horses destroy this trail here, but they'll go through it. They have a gator that they take, and it packs it down real nice. This is I wouldn't really consider this a single track, but it's a nice trail. It doesn't have too many ups and downs, and it's a pretty flat trail. So you're using most of your energy to pedal, but you don't really want to do this trail on a wet day because it takes a lot of energy. It does, and I'm gonna be stopping here to get a water break in a few couple of seconds because it's a pretty hard trail to do if you don't have any water. There's a few turn-off points on this trail for like water breaks. There's no like benches really though. It's just a turn-off point, and where I turn off, I think there's a trail entrance, and I don't really like to take that trail entrance because it says private property. All trespassers will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and I don't really feel like getting involved with police. Off to my right there is the trail entrance, and that's why this little turn-off point is here. But I like to stay on the trail. I've never really had any interest for that trail because if you fall, you're basically falling into the reservoir, and you don't want that to happen because there's pretty steep cliffs that you have to climb if you do end up falling in, and it just makes for a nightmare. You can really see right here how the horses end up destroying this trail. But usually there's a line around it, so I'm not really too concerned about the horses destroying it. And coming up here, you do get some speed right there. You gotta make sure you don't hit the roots or you'll fly off your bike, and you'll hit a mud patch coming up here. You don't want to really hit it too fast or it'll fling mud all over you, and that just makes for a bad day, honestly. Yeah, right about here, in there, and then there's one more patch up here, and takes you all the way back to that creek crossing, and I just I really like the creek crossing, to be honest. It's a nice add-on to the trail. It just really complements it. If you do end up not wanting to bike across and risk getting your shoes dirty, you can see there's a little rock bridge there that you can walk across if you decide not to do what I did. I really like how they put gravel down on these trails, and here it's like a mixture of clay and red rock. You could say, and we're back to where we started, but I just took a different way. See, you can either go, it's a Y in the trail right here, and you can either go the way that I came from, which I find a little easier to get back on because of the jumps. You're not really supposed to go that way backwards because of the jumps, because there's people that fly, and I just feel like it's safer to go the way that I went. And we're gonna hike back up to the top here, and it's hard to climb up this steep incline here because of if you're not in first gear, then it's a pretty hard climb. This has to be one of my favorite parts of the trail, because they're flat turns, and I think that they should add some berms or something to it. But this trail has its ups and downs, which I like, and as you can see here, I don't take that way because, as I said earlier, I don't fit through, and you can either take that way or the way that I took in the beginning, and the other way. It's very muddy through there right now at the time of the season that this was filmed, which is winter, so I don't like to go that way because it gets very muddy, and that's mainly a horse trail there. So I go this way, and this is a nice trailhead, which I like. And if any of you were wondering what bike I had, I have the Trek Marlin 5. It's a really good bike for me, and I've done some modifications to it. Like I put new handle grips on As you can see, I have a mud guard. That was inspired by Seth's bike hacks, and go check him out. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.